Boom's draft, I do think like Yopaj especially, he could be the
he could
be the key. Like he could be the one that just kind of snowballs. If he has a good lane matchup, then he can move around and do a lot of things, but also has to watch out too because there is save functions, there's time dilation, so things to trip him up as well. We'll see how it plays out. I'm just not really a fan of the CK pick, and I'm hoping to see something that I didn't expect.
No, I mean we should definitely see something. You know, being their final pick. You know, Boom clearly having an idea or feeling that there's some sort of strength they're going to be able to use here with Jackie on the CK this game that OG won't be able to deal with.
I mean, their lineup is still, overall, they have lots of disables, right? They have lots of ways to take team fights. I mean, just this last pick for me is a bit scary. And then also, talking about some other things, the way OG drafted set up, they see Clockwork, they see some of these heroes that can have a bit of difficult time to like set up sometimes. Sure, you have your hookshot and stuff like that, but they picked heroes that can get out of these cogs, right? Void, Sanking, versus both the Mars and the Clockwork, they're going to have ways to at least disengage. So let's see how this ends up going. See how these lanes go. Let's see how Tims and FBZ are able to do. This is a pretty strong lane. The Willow and the Mars, traditional combo that we've seen, of course, later on in the game. We'll see the Terrorize plus the Wall combo that can be really cool.
And what about this mid matchup nowadays here? Invoker versus the Bat.
I mean, Invoker was one of those sort of answers in a way because you can offset some of that harassment, but Bat got buffed. So, I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. I think BZM has played this one a lot. He should be pretty okay, but just have to be susceptible. You have to be just careful of being dove, getting too stacked up. But all these players have gotten so much better at it. So I think BZM will do just fine.
And then, of course, down on the bottom. I mean, one of the strengths of CK definitely being that you got to have that sustain in the lane, right? The lane shouldn't be too bad. No. In terms of the matchup, can the Sand King and the Shadow Demon mess with Jackie a lot in the early game, or should he be totally fine?
I think they can, actually, especially once they start getting some levels. The fact that they're double melee is a really big concern for me versus these two. And I'm hoping to see like what Chu's going to do. We've been seeing a little bit of the new ability, of course, the Disseminate. I don't think you really can skill it early on still. You probably still want to be going for Shadow Poison, but I could see some fun stuff as, mid. Really trading with each other.
Yeah, they're both sitting incredibly low here. Very far available on Yopaj. Few stick charges available on BZM.
BZM has this nice double wave. This is something that you used to do in the past versus Batrider when you were this type of matchup that couldn't shove the wave out. You'd want to double wave onto him and try to pressure him under tower a little bit. So nicely done from BZM. And yeah, this is why I feel Clockwork down here is just never going to get anything done. Not only can Sanking disengage from getting cogged inside, but also they can just disrupt the target that gets gone on, and Battery Assault is going to get absorbed. So far, though, Jackie, farming fine. But as the levels build up, I think it's going to become a lot more difficult.
We're seeing CS on the top lane, Yuragi 9 for 2. FBZ also, of course, free farming here. Two of them having no struggles.
Every time they try to make an aggressive move, that disruption just comes out and stops all aggression. Top, BZM versus Yopaj. Rune will be taken.
And in terms of who's the greatest threat of dying in these lanes, I mean, who do you feel will be living on the edge here?
It's probably these supports. I think either like the Willow, because of the time dilation that you'll see Yuragi probably bust out inside a lane, and then honestly maybe even BZM. I think the mid matchup is very volatile the way these two are playing against each other.
If he's not too careful, they could build up to be the situation where suddenly Yopaj is just diving in and flying over him.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to watch the TPs on the side of OG because I think BZM will be ready to call it. Just be like, hey guys, he's going to dive me. He has ways to disengage if the dive comes out, of course, as Invoker with Tornado, but this is, I'm just mostly going to be staring at mid because of how aggressive they're both playing. Yeah, Yuragi being able to free farm up here is pretty huge. And speaking more about the Void, I think that's the reason they picked the Willow. You know, the Brambles, all that can be very annoying versus some of these elusive heroes. But you have ways to play around Willow too as Void. You can actually time walk during the Cursed Crown explosion and stuff like that, so you can disengage the stun. So there's a few different things that we could see Yuragi do to dodge at least some of these spells.
And in terms of the build-up as well for BZM this game, and any sort of things that have changed in the way you want to see Invoker itemized? Are you still running around the map with that Earn into Vessel, or are you getting a Midas online earlier to get certain talents?
I'm actually really curious. I'm not sure. Because I think Midas is a little bit better nowadays, but Witchblade's also still pretty valuable on the hero. You still maybe want the Earn. You probably want the Earn still anyway, but so I think maybe Earn Midas and then see where he goes from there. It's still a good Vessel game. He is versus Mars and CK too, so. We'll see. I'm hoping, even though I hate the item, he goes Midas, because I just want to see level 20 talent with Chaos Meteor. Probably won't ever see that, but 80%. It's got to be a thing on.
And that's without the base case Chaos Meteor being nerfed, right? Its base numbers didn't get changed this patch?
Did not.
To sort of compensate for how big of a boost that talent is to the damage?
No, I just think it's really cool. Like these talent changes, it's something new for Invoker. The 10 talents as well. The Tornado talent cooldown as well as EMP. If you look, it's actually 750 mana burn when you get Ags with max Wex. Like that's insane, right?
I mean, I imagine well, that's the one you're taking, right? The EMP.
I'm not sure either, because
okay.
the cooldown is really nice too. So it's in the eyes of the beholder how he feels like which one he needs.
Top lane, Tiger has got the heals. Should be enough unless the Shadow Realm hit comes in, but Tiger quickly dukes it out into the trees. Uraga turns his attention over towards FBZ, getting a good few bashes on Tims. Not enough to take him down though.
And mid, it's actually BZM who's the one to push Yopaj out of lane. The sustain that he's able to have. Yeah, really nice. And look at the CS too. 22-7 to 20-3, and he is going to go for Earn. So nothing too crazy.
No kills to be had yet here. 5.5 minutes in, 0-0, but as you can see on the straight gold, OG already building up an increase in what they're being able to take from the creeps. They're already a flat 1k lead.
Yeah, I thought they'd slow down Jackie just a little bit more, but either way, Amar is getting that slight bit more farm than he is. And more things, like, the other thing is also, like, talking more about the CK, why I was a bit shocked by it is, CK is a hero also that is very limited on mana pool, and playing into Quaswex Invoker is also something that can just be miserable in the mid game. OG putting emphasis on mid, both supports.
Let's see if they can get him in. There's going to be any sort of chance of helping Yopaj. Skem's going to walk over, but not a whole lot he can do to save Yopaj from going down.
Cold Snap's there.
Cold Snap. Get the cogs down. Still the Hellbear smash in on top of him will come to an end, so won't be able to get the clap off. Tiger, whoop, he will fall. Nice little snipe there from Tims off the back of the Shadow Realm to take down Tiger in return. But OG, they got what they came for with that move around mid, taking Yopaj down.
Really smart play, like rotating around that power rune with the catapult there as well. They know their two side lanes at the moment aren't going to die to what they're playing against. Sanking, a little elusive, pretty tanky too. Same thing for Void, so easily able to make the rotation to BZM and enable him more. 2k lead, yeah, very early. When you're a Void Invoker lineup and you're starting to come out of the lanes like this, it's always looking like a good sign. And yeah, he's queuing up Midas, so earn into Midas on the Invoker. Because inevitably in this game, you want to be able to scale to the point where you have your Aghanims with Cataclysm and with the Void. Because you will just win this late game. And I'm also looking forward to see like the Disseminate, you know, the Shadow Demon thing I've talked about a million times. I know in the green room I'm probably killing you guys, but I want to just see what this abilities, what the potential of this thing can be.
I mean, are you changing the skill build on Shadow Demon now with the new spell?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think you still probably want to go like this, like 1-1-4 or something like that. Maybe still prioritize your disruption, but I could maybe see it. Mid, they're trying to get this tower here. Yopaj trying to clear out the catapult.
And I was almost sort of leading in there to try and get a lasso opportunity, but it's not going to happen.
Taiga was just holding the Wild Wing Ripper's pull back anytime that he got close, so does at least clear out the catapult. So only tower's only at 3/4 HP. Could have been worse in that mid.
I mean, can Boom bring anything over towards this mid lane to try and take down BZM? Or is that they just don't have the sort of the setup?
It's tough because like he has so many ways to disengage as this hero, and then he also has like a Shadow Demon who can TP in. They'd likely have to bring in both supports. If they get the lasso, absolutely, they'll get him down. But yeah, that tornado to just
see this rotation for BZM. They're going to look to set up on the top lane. He knew that some focus was already being drawn towards the mid, so he'll move away from that head top, make the gank, and take down FBZ.
Acquire that Earn charge now too.
Boom. They will be able to find Chu inside of their jungle, so getting something in return over their side of the map. Able to take him down, of course, not needing to use the lasso, so Yopaj has still got that available to look for a further play. Presents itself.
That's what I've been seeing, at least from the sticky napalm change. This hero always had this kill potential anyway without lasso, but I think this change gives you just slightly more kill threat always on those sides.
We'll see this as well. Of course, they've got some nice stacks over in their triangle. Boom.
It's scouted, though,
It
now.
has been spotted out. Bottom lane, Yopaj, he makes the move.
Good kill.
That's an excellent one indeed. Amar's been getting a lot of space down here, so coming over and shutting down the Sand King.
Yeah, he was top net worth, so definitely well worth it. And also just frees up the lane a little bit from Jackie to get that free farm and sustain up.
And I guess sort of on the plus side for Boom, outside of the sanking on OG, there isn't really sort of a set of heroes that can come over to this triangle and clear through these camps quickly, right?
No.
Boom should be able to easily hold this area safe.
They could bring the squad, though. That's right. They could bring like the Chrono, the Invoker, and the Sanking. They could just bring everybody if they do look to fully contest over there, because they do have a really strong team fight on OG early game. Right now, it looks like Taiga's just stealing some of the farm, at least. Just being really obnoxious as this Ench. And he did get the Dark Troll Summoner, so now it's time for mid tower. He's going to look to put more emphasis on it. Catapult, the next one will be in 15 seconds, but Amar?
So they're going to make another attempt for him. They've got the sentry down. They catch him in the combo. He's stuck in the cogs. Burrow strikes back up, though. Gets him out to the side. Chu trying to buy some protection for him here with the disruption, and it is enough. He's able to walk away. Jackie not having any further control to continue to commit for the kill.
Taiga, he saw the opportunity.
The tower's gone.
All you need is just a couple seconds with that double summon of the skeletons. Well played by Taiga. And Chu, nice disruption. Bottom actually disengaged the stun, the Curse Crown. Ends up saving the Sanking.
BZM has come over to look to make a bit of a play himself onto Tims.
He's got
Crown will kick in, but Tims goes down. With that, BZM pushing himself very close to having the money for the Midas. Just a few hundred gold and it will be there.
And ooh, look, more stacks. They keep scouting all these stacks that Boom was setting up. Oh, look at this. Big impact play.
Yeah, taking away that creep. And I mean, we saw that what happened after that. That tower didn't last a second.
And now look at this. Level 6 already on Taiga, too. So
I tell you what, yeah, Chewy's taking the stack away with the poison.
Yep. It's only level 2 poisons, so a bit weaker. But now they're rotating even the Sanking over. And yeah, they've taken away all these stacks.
And this was at least a triple stack, I think, that Boom had. So a juicy bit of cash and XP for OG to take away from Boom.
And BZM, that's nearly the Midas done. Amar on his way pretty close, like 700-ish toward Blink Daggers. All 3 cores with that late game scaling lineup coming out very well after this laning phase.
Let's see what sort of catch Boom can find here. As they have Scam smoked up with Tims, hook shots at the ready. See who they can set up upon. They're heading towards Yuragi, but Yuragi's playing very careful. They did scan this area as well. They knew that there was going to be some sort of movement coming from the triangle, and indeed OG, they just leave that top lane completely.
They're one step ahead right now. Even though it's 3-3, just the overall macro movement of the map, and now Yopaj shows his face mid, completely oomed from that Tornado EMP combo. And yeah, Midas coming out. Another Dark Troll Summoner found. Taiga finds one bottom, so likely that they're just going to straight push bottom tower. Top, Boom will be able to get the trade, and let's see if they look to react bottom. I think it's still maybe a bit scary versus the Sanking, but let's see. Yopaj, it looks like they are pinging it out.
I've got TPs on a couple of them.
They don't have anyone set up yet, so they have just mass TP if they do want to do it. It doesn't look like they want to.
Nah, tower's gone too quickly. So trade on the side lanes. Tier 1 up top.
Scam.
Tier 1 down bottom.
Finding BZM for a second, but might just get turned on himself.
And the look for it. He has got backup Scam. So indeed OG, they can't poke too far here. Scam's fine. He has Yopaj by his side.
Looks like Chu, maybe like one of them made the executive call, because Chu held the Demonic Purge.
But over in the jungle, you see Jackie. Okay, he's also going to be okay.
Okay.
Sound time. He was sort of left alone there. Able to run away with the pick pop.
They were a bit reluctant. They don't see anything except for the Mars down bottom, so I think they were maybe expecting more heroes to be backed up behind that CK.
See what Yopaj can get him. They're looking for the fight, but Amar, he's teasing with the idea of going for the epicenter.
He's pretty alone.
They have the arena. They'll certainly trap him here. Caught and left behind. Amar taken down. Boom, once again able to find the Sanking.
He's got the blink, though, so he did finish that one. He purchased it before dying. But a good pick-off from Boom, slowing him down.
Yeah. And not sort of overcommitting with the ults as well. They still have the lasso ready to make a move whilst the arena may be down. You know, obviously with that being the one ult that they did drop to get the kill.
And that'll get the Blink Dagger also for FBZ nearly finished up too. So they'll have their own way of either counter-initiating or initiating themselves versus that Sanking. Can maybe even go for some Void kills for the Invoker when they do have this Mars Blink. But yeah, OG, now it's time to kick up the pace. They didn't really have great ways to set up on the map besides just BZM by himself as this Invoker, because they don't want to use like a Chrono too aggressively. Now they can move around with the smoke with the Blink on Sanking as Taiga. He eats a lasso though, so...
Okay, so now they know they're smoking into no threat of the lasso and still a bit of time when there's no threat of the arena. Let's see what OG can find here. Boom, they're playing it safe though.
Ooh, the stack. That's what they find. The rocket is there to scout.
Do you just take this if you're OG, or are you still trying to look for a kill?
It's a juicy one. I think you take it.
They're going for it. And good vision around this area as well for OG. Completely blind here for Boom.
Yeah, they got this one for
So
free.
the next thing they know, the next time they check this out, this, well, pretty much a triple ancient stack will be taken from them.
That's pretty huge. Level 9 now on him already.
They're
gonna go,
he wants to go in and try and get some of this.
Okay. I mean, he's got backup.
Is it going to be enough, though? Scam, he's really on the front lines here. He's not going to be able to do this on his own. Scam goes down. Tim's trying to poke from the side. Jackie is leading over, see what sort of a grab he can find. We'll see the disruption from Chu with the setup. Amar's going to look for the follow-up epicenter. The chrono from Yuragi comes down onto the two of them. They'll catch FBZ, they'll catch Jackie.
Nice fear.
Jackie's still trying to commit in, has the lockdown onto Chu. Chu falling very low, by time the Glimmer Cape, but he has been dusted. He's pushed to the side. Jackie will be able to finish off the kill here with FBZ. But they've lost two, they've lost FBZ. Amar will fall, it's a 4 for 3. Boom, holding the triangle. And you may be able to take their Ancients, but they will take your lives. Boom, bringing down 4 members of OG and only losing the 3 themselves.
Look at the damage from the Bat Rider in the fight. He's able to just stick on everybody. Just a continuous sticky stack on everybody. And it got awkward. That fight overall from OG, I see Amar pump faking his ult over and over again.
Couldn't really find the chance.
Then a disruption comes out, so he pump fakes it again. Then he gets hit by a Willow Fear, and then he just gets cleaned up in the fight. So a bit of an awkward one from OG, but a beautiful one from Boom.
Yeah, big stuff here. Yopaj catching back up. He was starting to slip a little bit behind on the gold.
They needed that.
There's a lot of these moments where he's been looking for the plays, looking for the fight, and that certainly was the fight he's looking for. 4-1 and 5 now, and now in the mid. Continue with the action. Scam gets the catch. They've got the spear into the cogs. BZM's in trouble. He needs help. Chu, is there not going to be anything he can do at all? He'll turn with the demonic purge onto Scam. See if Amar can finish that off, but even Scam, they've got to be careful. As Yopaj and FBZ are by his side, he will still tick out of the poison. FBZ jumps in. They've got the Firefly and the Lasso good to go. They'll lock down Chu, take him out. There's Boom. They'll get 2 more, and they'll back out. Only Scam to fall on their side.
FBZ getting a bit more done with his Blink Dagger reveal than we've seen Amar being able to. 3, 2, and 5 as soon as he got Blink. And FBZ, I mean, his ult's going to be back up in 5 seconds, too.
They could go again very, very shortly.
I think they might.
Oh, not quite able to stop him from getting the Blink off.
Yeah, huge moments there. The OG bringing the fight with everything, and now less than 1k lead. They're getting their CK back into a better position. And BKBs are going to be incredibly important, something we didn't really touch on before, but versus this heavy magic damage lineup of OG, if Boom's able to get these on both the Mars and the CK early, sure, the Phantasm's going to be cleared up, but they're going to be very difficult to actually kill. The damage is kind of non-existent once the BKBs are there on Boom until later, until items come out on OG.
Like the BKB is absolutely necessary as well this game for the CK. Can we see an alternate sort of build-up after the Echo Saber for Jackie, or is it going to be impossible to play these fights without BKB?
It's Blink BKB. There's not really much
you get the
else you
BKB first or the Blink in this situation?
It depends on how the next fight goes.
Yep.
But I think you can't really deviate from that this game versus Invoker or the Sanking. OG looking to make some moves here.
Now the plan to the triangle once again. They still have the vision up around here, OG.
I was so confused clicking on BZM. He had Arcane Boots on the Invoker, but he's building Lotus. Okay, I was just like, what is this inventory? So anything to protect himself. They're really just trying to guard themselves versus both that Dark Willow and the Bat Rider in any way. Very different style build-up, though, for an Invoker.
Yeah, interesting. Well, is this sort of standard still that you don't take the talents? You do prefer to just get the points in your orbs?
Yeah.
You only take the talent. What, so Archie max the orbs out? Or?
Not to max all of them. It just depends on when you know, he wants to get the double Forge Spirits, and then he probably wants 1 or 2 more points in Wex, and then maybe we'll see him take one of the talents, but it's traditional for all these Invokers. So now, OG, they've got ults back up. They're going to go for this Roche, and Boom does have Lasso back available. It just came back for Yopaj, but doesn't seem like they know. Now the Rocket's coming, but it's a bit too late. I don't actually think the Rocket went over there. Just kidding. I think he went to top lane. The Dagger of Restore. Nice item for Mars.
Yeah, very nice. You pop that, you know, sacrifice that 100 HP, get the plus 40 damage, and smash
Nice
your God's Rebuke. You're hitting everybody with that bonus damage.
Definitely. I like... This item's interesting. Definitely on a lot of these heroes.
See, OG found Jackie and FBZ here. Ma is going to start the fight off. FBZ is going to try and do his best to back Jackie up here. He'll come in, drop the arena. Chu will fall. The Fear catches BZM. Jackie still alive for now, but almost certainly will end up dying here, surrounded by the 4 of them. It's getting caught out a little bit there, Boom, from OG sweeping across back to their triangle from the Roshan pit. That's Jackie out of the game.
Pre-BKBs, he's always just dead in that situation if he's caught there.
Yeah, at the least for Boom, we did see sort of how everyone just backed off. They
Yeah,
knew
they
that
knew.
that was not a fight to be had. They just had to let Jackie go.
Did use the Mars ult, so 50 seconds. OG could still look to get aggressive.
Still with, of course, good time on the Aegis of Yuragi. You see Amar looking for that catch. We'll find the Burrow Strike. FBZ spears him back to the side. Scamhole hookshot straight over to BZM. Will control the Invoker for now. Now Yopaj with the BKB down.
It's a whip!
But they didn't catch anybody. Yuragi, he misses the chrono. They will manage to bring down Scam, but now Jackie's back in action and he's charging straight towards OG. OG, they've got to be careful how they continue to try this to make this fight happen. Tim's, he's already out with the Shadow Realm and the TP, but he got nobody. I think he was trying to get Yopaj, but Yopaj just that little bit too speedy up to the north, and the chrono didn't catch him. It catches him there, he's getting that kill, maybe even a second one.
Somehow, though, the Invoker does survive. Even though the chrono ends up whiffing, BZM gets saved, I believe, from Chu. So, all in all, I mean, it's definitely a big miss, of course, on the chrono, but could have gone way worse for OG, of course.
I think Boom's going to be very happy, though, because there's no chrono. You got Arena back up. Now they can go.
Absolutely. I mean, Bat
2 minutes, no chrono. We'll see it again here.
Yeah, well, I mean, where did he jump to? Did a tree like push him or something?
You see him
when
coming from the high ground. I think it just felt that he catched both Yopaj and Scam, but it wasn't to be. Quite a little bit off as well. You know, only kind of catching the cogs and not the heroes. As Yopaj, if he caught those heroes, Scam of course did die, but Yopaj in the chrono would have been a dead bat.
Absolutely. And they know, right? Like you said, Chronosphere on cooldown, smoked up. Lasso's still down for 30, but Jackie...
they're going straight for Yuragi.
They're on him.
Back in action, they're in with a hook shot. They've got the chains done. He's gone the once. They're going to have to bring the TPs in here, OG. They don't want to let Yuragi go down a second time. See, straight away the cog push back into the fear. Perfect lockdown from Boom. Expertly done, and they're ready for more. FBZ goes up to the high ground with the arena. Yopaj commits in with the BKB. Amar will fall. BZM, Chu, and Tiger, they've got to run. But the roots from Tims will catch BZM. Boom, they're going to claim a third. As OG getting shaken up big time now in the last sort of few minutes of play. Boom ahead 15-9. That lead that OG was sort of holding out at the laning stage completely gone. And they've got to pull themselves back together, OG, because Boom, they're really hitting their stride.
Especially Yopaj. Like we said, he's going to be the key to success if he's able to just dominate in these fights. 6-1-7 right now. He's got his BKB early, and he's just committing straight into these fights. They try to throw spells on him, but as we said, OG's draft, until they have more items, especially on Void, and no Chrono, these BKBs are going to be the trump card for Boom. They're going to always win those fights when they have them. Now, FBZ has his done. I believe Jackie, he actually has his done if he'd like to disassemble as well, too. So triple BKB timing. This could be difficult for OG now.
They're crushing these last few moves. Boom, they're absolutely, completely on the same page. Great coordination and say that move to quickly go for Yuragi. They obviously felt that he was safe in that position with the Aegis, and the fact that with the outpost TP backup could be there, but just not in time. They couldn't save him. And as we're seeing, the chain lockdown that Boom's heroes can offer when executed perfectly, it's a long time. They can lock down that Void for 2 lifetimes easily.
Absolutely. And always, I mean, they're layering their spells really nicely. Now it's like, it feels like there's no downtime, really, for Boom, right? Lasso's back up, Mars ult's back up, and these triple BKBs are ready. So for OG, the next few team fights are going to be pretty difficult. They're going to have to try to either burst somebody immediately before BKB gets popped, or they're going to have to dance around, or they need just a massive chrono.
Yeah, they can't afford to whiff any more chronos.
No.
One that's enough. The next, and it's Yuragi. He's not going to miss another. A very rare thing to see.
BZM next going for Boots of Travel and then BKB, so it's going to be a long time before we do see that Cataclysm on the horizon.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See smoke from Boom.
They have great information about him. Rocket to scout, believe it's saw at BZM.
There's the BKB on Yuragi, so a little harder to catch.
BZM just showed where he was there with the Meteor too.
And they know they're up here.
Boom has excellent initiation for this fight and such a great wraparound.
And Scam's in. He's going to go straight for BZM. Amar tries to help out with the Burrow Strike, but the arena's down. Spear as well. They lock down BZM. BZM, he'll try and run, but he's caught in the root. Taken down. The Invoker falls. Tim's forcing Chu off to the side. They'll drag back Amar. As Amar will get out with the Burrow Strike, Yuragi jumps forward, looking towards Jackie. He'll put the BKB so he's not affected by the fear from Tim's. He's trying to take on Jackie, but the lasso's there. They'll be able to drag in Yuragi. Yuragi should be able to jump in time. The code push back. No, they're keeping him stunned again perfectly, but the detection, if they got it, they have. They've taken him out. 4 dead on OG. It's going to be 5 dead. A team wipe from Boom. As once again, the complete outplay here as OG, they're just losing it a little bit this game.
They're crumbling.
Boom's just completely smashing them in these fights.
I mean, just look at this. Look at the breakdown. They literally got like nothing off. It felt like almost on the side of OG.
Look at the damage. Where is it?
They couldn't. BZM,
Yeah.
he gets addressed, gets chain stunned. They get on the next target.
That's insane. Yeah,
Yuragi's
they
holding
did
BKB.
6 times the damage that OG did in that team fight.
Yeah, nobody could get anything off. The Invoker just keeps getting picked off first,
Yeah.
and it's just, I mean, Boom's getting some beautiful wraparounds. Time and time again, it seems like they have this extra information.
See here again in the fight.
Everyone's all split up. Like, look at Yuragi. He's like, I don't know who to go for. Yopaj is just dancing around. He's trying to find an opportunity for Chrono, but they lost their Sanking. They lost their Invoker. So if he Chronos here, there's no damage that's going to be thrown into it.
And we see, of course, having that lockdown through the BKB, making Yuragi's life that a little bit harder. But you see, he sort of got the invis off here, and then there was a sort of point where they stopped. Okay, Jackie was trying to deal with the illusion the Tiger had taken over instead. And, of course, it all works out in the end. They get every single one of them. 20-9 now for Boom.
OG's got to hit something. They got to do something while either BKBs are down or while Lasso's down, because these last few fights, it's just disaster for them.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Smoke from OG. And they have the Chrono. They cannot afford for this one to mess up.
The smoke breaks. Scam.
Scam.
There's a lot of friends in the
He's
area for
happy
Boom.
to tank this. If it's just Scam going down, Boom's going to be all right with this. In fact, is he even going to be able to buy some time from me? He won't. He does die. It's a fair bit of a commitment for Scam. I do get a bit of a catch over to the side. There's the
BKB's
Chrono.
off.
BKB was off in time, so whilst they have a good bit of punch with the physical, they might not have enough to take him out straight away. FPZ finally falls, but now the arena's out. Tiger's going to be trapped in there as well as BZM. The BKB for Yuragi will shortly come to an end.
Now.
He has to jump off to the side, but the same for Jackie. His BKB's gone, and so is his life. OG, they'll find the cleanup this time round. Tim's also running out of options as OG will find the 4 of them.
Finally able to get the setup. They catch the Mars. Sure, they don't kill him before he gets all his spells up, but either way, they're able to isolate. And then also the CK, his BKB runs out. They're able to control him afterwards. Good patience from Amar. Sitting on the sidelines, just constantly pump faking his epicenter. And that's the fight they needed now to also come back in. Yopaj unable to find a lasso opportunity. Back and forth game, 21-13. Still less than 1K for the side of Boom.
See, Opaj does have that lasso.
He does.
He's going to go for it. He sees Amar. And I think maybe with the fight sort of done and dusted and 3 heroes dead, Amar, he was not ready for a play like that, but Yopaj, he certainly was. Lasso was ready, and Amar certainly was not. They'll get the tier 2 tower mid, but they'll lose Amar.
7-1-12 on Yopaj now. Just having a spectacular game so far on this Batrider. Even though in the mid matchup, right, BZM did very good. They actually got the first kill on him. Ever since then, it's been a flawless execution,
he's
really.
Really climbing up the ranks here in terms of the net worth he has too. He was absolutely the bottom of the 6 cores for sort of the first 50 minutes of this game, but a huge recovery with the plays that he's making, Yopaj.
And now, Boom, since Chrono's down, they're looking to make their own aggressive move. So it's this ping-pong back and forth of both teams just playing around cooldowns constantly.
That's the tower gone. Amar will be back in a few seconds. BZM has been spotted. Managed to push him back with a deafening blast, but Jackie's in with a blink.
Nice
a
disrupt.
defensive disruption from Chu, but the arena's down. Yuragi, he's going to be careful as well, but he's caught by the fear. Tims catches the 2 of them, spear into the arena wall. Yuragi's gone on top of BZM and Chu. Boom, they're back on track here with the fights that they were finding earlier, where once again, it looks like they're going to be able to take every single one of OG down, as Tiger, he won't be living long here as well.
Oh, and you know what we call this one here? Save your buddy syndrome. They see BZM in the river. All his teammates are like, we got to help our Invoker. They run, but they absolutely get cleaned up. Boom. Easy fight for them, really.
Absolutely. And then now straight into the Roshan, and OG's not going to be able to do anything about this one. This is going to be a free Rosh here for Boom.
It's like the exact thing that they want, right? It's like, oh, OG's coming to fight us when they don't have Chronosphere and everything. Okay, cool. And they, of course, a little fortunate, of course, they get that fear, but a clutch one from Tims.
I mean, yeah,
Fear on Yuragi, gets him controlled.
Was Yuragi's BKB on cooldown, or he was just sort of holding it?
I didn't get to see. I think he was just holding it.
I think he was not prepared for the fear to come in.
Yeah. And now they get a Rosh, a really big one too, with that shard.
Very, very nice hit for Jackie.
He's tanky now too.
Yeah.
He has, as we mentioned, he did disassemble to now go for that Mage Slayer, so he's also just tanky versus damage.
Gets the Paladins.
Dream.
He's ready to get that heart next.
I think they're starting to notice, like, OG's just going to run out of damage versus our lineup as this game progresses. Until the Invoker has that Cataclysm, really, which he's not getting close to, level 15 on BZM. I think they're starting to really realize the lack of
Oh,
damage.
Mar. He's going to jump in for some action. Looking for Tims, teasing around with Jackie as well to the side. Skems it with a hook shot over towards Amar. BZM trying to control Jackie with the tornado. The fear is heading out of the two of them this time around. Yuragi will manage to get the BKB off.
Okay.
Trying to take down Skem, they'll succeed. They'll bring down the clock. Over to the side, FBZ in the arena will finish off Chu. Jackie's down the watch.
Chrono on Yopaj.
Chrono to the side. He did get the lasso off in time. Sunstrike, it's going to be
off
off
the
the mark. It's not going to hit him.
He missed.
Yopaj, he's going to be able to survive.
Oh,
and now
boy.
Yuragi's dead. Yopaj, he's ready to jump back in. He goes straight up to the high ground looking to chase down BZM. I mean, that buyback, you know, they had one from each side here, but it definitely, once again, was Boom that's going to be much more happier with this trade, as Tiger should slowly but surely get taken down here by these two.
They'll finish him off.
Oh.
There you go.
Hook shot across. They'll still do the job. Oh,
Oh.
maybe, okay.
Oh.
They got it. Dust is out. Glimmer won't save him. They take out a third hero, but yeah, I mean, this time, at least they're sort of balancing the missed abilities,
This
right?
is true.
Yuragi may have missed a chrono earlier, but BZM, he just missed a chrono target for a Sunstrike.
And I think it actually would have killed. I think he was at 470 something HP, and the Sunstrike's 480. Just to let you know.
It was definitely close.
I think it was. I think it would have been just
Yeah.
enough damage, to be honest.
We might
with
even be
you.
able to see on the replay.
Yeah, I actually think it was just enough, but we'll be able to see it afterwards. But yeah, again, Boom, excellent team fights, and over and over again, I mean, FBZ on one of his best heroes, of course, the Mars. This time, he jumps past the fight, and he actually catches the Shadow Demon and the Invoker, while the rest of everything is going on the south. So just great
Let's
prioritization
have a
of
look. This
abilities.
is what went down here.
Let's see how low. I think he literally dropped a 470, and I'm pretty sure, like ready? One more hit and then two more, and I think we click on the bat after. 460. So
He would have died. Indeed, afterwards he fell down to an HP that, now if he'd have taken a Sunstrike before that, he wouldn't have had any HP to rely on.
And now Amar, caught in no man's land.
He's dead.
Yeah. OG.
Yopaj, a godlike on the Bat Rider.
OG totally falling apart. Boom, excelling perfectly.
They're doubling the kills here, 32 to 15.
Under attack.
Yeah, and Yopaj, you know, we did say that he could be that X factor, and he absolutely has been
Yeah.
this game. He's everywhere. He's a total
He's
menace.
crushing it.
Always on the right targets.
Oh, we got, I believe, 9-1 and 19, so it's a quick match there. He's been involved in 28 of the 32 kills.
Not so bad. Not bad.
Yopaj, that is pretty wild.
They all kind of are, though, at the same time. Like, Boom is just playing a really coordinated team game. Like, you look at FBZ, 6-3-21. He's part of 27 kills. So, just overall, the team play from Boom has been on point. You can tell that, like, this might look like one of the cleaner games I've seen them play, to be honest
Yeah, I
with
think
you.
this is sort of the top performance the Boom's bringing out just when it's needed to as well.
Because I know a lot of people look, it's like, Boom, they're an amazing team, but they're like the kings of this inconsistency sometimes. This game, so far, it's been really clean. And, you know, it was prefaced as a pretty tough CK game, but he's done excellent so far as well.
Yeah, this is not an easy game for Jackie, but he's making it look like it is, isn't he?
Yep.
He's having a great time.
Heart now
done.
complete. Yeah, he is.
It's good luck
Thank you,
killing
boy.
him and his illusions. It's going to take a lot.
No,
It'll take a lot.
Especially until, like, once they get Cataclysm, sure, they will probably have some form of being able to take him down. But before that, now it doesn't
How's
feel
the
like
Ag's
it.
progress looking on BZM?
Not even a single piece yet.
It's going to take some time.
It was an interesting build-up for him. You know, going for that Lotus Orb, it's very different style that did stall out his items a little bit, but was looking for something to protect himself versus the bat.
See Amar, he wants to go for this fight.
They're so
Will
tanky.
jump in, they've got the chrono out of the two of them. BKB was off in time from FBZ. You've seen them kind of struggling with the damage to take out these two cores. FBZ's going to live long enough to be able to get the arena and the spear off. In fact, he's even going to be able to back onto the side. Finally falls. But Amar is so low, and now Yopaj, he's kind of ready to come in with the cleanup.
No,
You've
way
got
too
Jackie
tanky.
in on top of BZM. As BZM and Tiger have to separate themselves from the CK. They're the last two left alive on OG. Yopaj ready to swing back over to help out Jackie as well. Get themselves on top of Tiger. Blinky down to the low ground. He's ready to run down the Invoker as well. BZM steps back in with the EMP. You'll see the buyback coming into play from Yuragi. But now
Alacrity.
Yuragi, he's on his own. He bought back for this. He needs to find something, but he's not even going to be able to get Jackie. Jackie will be fine. Yuragi bought back for this. He'll die.
Oh boy, I was maybe expecting them to call it there for 90 seconds with the Void down, but we're definitely seeing the reasoning why they go for that heart pickup on Jackie. Absolutely pays off.
Yeah, you can't kill him.
No, they tanked through everything. They got the BKBs off pre-Chronosphere
I mean, that's
as well.
FBZ's reactions, I've got to say,
Every time.
multiple times. He's getting the BKB off literally a frame before the chrono kicks in.
And he gets every spell off. It seems like every single one of these
Yeah,
fights, he
great
is still
stuff.
getting everything off. Great fights from Boom.
I'll see it again here. I think even in the slow-mo, that BKB from FBZ just in time.
Whoop. perfect.
Yeah, sure the Sunstrike hits, but with the BKB on during the chrono, it means that nothing else can be thrown his way in terms of magical damage.
And look at on the sideline,
And he
too.
gets his spells off, gets his combo off.
Every time they find the Shadow Demon, right? This time it was Yopaj. Last few fights it was FBZ. They always are jumping all simultaneously.
Oh, look at this grab here, Yopaj. He's able to find Chu in the tree lines, jumps in, tears out the Shadow Demon from the base. So second hero down without buyback here for OG.
Yopaj just having just a blast of a game, really. And Octarine now done almost 25, too.
Oh, FBZ.
Whoop.
He's going
Misses.
into the base. He's going to put the BKB. He's got the arena. He wants to fight FBZ.
Oh, boy.
He's just gone in and slammed down the arena onto the three of them. And here's the backup. Skems in with a hook shot. It's Tiger and Amar down. Again, no further buybacks on any of these heroes on OG. They will continue to play on, but of course
BZM.
this game getting into a very tough spot.
He's trying to cut some waves, but he's going to go down.
But Yopachi's found him.
He's got Ghost Walk in
Is there
7.
any way out of this?
There's a Blink Spear soon. FBZ, can he get the angle?
I think he might be able to. Actually, one misses the spear, so there's a chance for a Tornado and a Ghost Walk. If these two got detection, they got the gem,
do.
of course.
They have a gem.
Yeah, Yopaj. He'll stay on top of him, and that means there's no escape for BZM.
All right. At the end of the day, though, you know what he did with this? Look at the Tier 3 tower. So he, he dies.
Space.
But at the end of the day, it's not really going to make too much of a difference because Boom is just crushing this game. But that's probably like the best thing you could do to stall out and give them a little bit more time to have some.
Well,
maybe
the full refresher orb on Yopaj as well for the next fight.
Level 25 too.
Yeah.
So he's now got the OP talent, the super OP talent when you get it on Bat Rider. Flame Break applies 2 stickies, and he's got the double Flame Break charges. So heroes are going to die so fast, Owen.
Should be a full set of racks. We'll see if Boom want to stick around for more after this. They've got half a minute where there's no BZM.
They got the lasso.
They got Uragi. Yopaj just able to walk up, grab him in the mid lane, pop the refresher, that second lasso to make sure that Uragi stays locked down. He's out, of course, still no buyback on him, and they'll call it. It's over. GG. Boom will take this game 1. And honestly, like, that second half, just complete outplay through and through. OG, they just lost the plot there.
Yep.
Boom just smashed them.
And that was, I mean, even some of the fights, like it was right before they even got their BKBs, they still were like just dominating some of these fights. Then they got the BKBs and they just steamrolled.